North American, I will have studied in 3 countries and 3 continents. My name is Zeke. In Japanese, something like Kotamaya Jiku. I'm from the United States, and I was able to study my M1 in l'École Centrale de Nantes in France. My research topic was the mechatronic component optimization methodology for flight time optimization of multi-rotor vehicles, specifically octorotor vehicles. And I did this with Sugimoto sensei in the interactive media lab. I think, professionally speaking, one thing that I gained from the JEMARO program is looking into multicultural engineering perspectives. And what I mean by that is, in the US, I found that we had a very hands-on, practical, sometimes even maybe stereotypically bigger is better, wanting to push boundaries that way. The European side was a little bit more on the theory side and wanting to do all the calculations before building and testing if possible. And then the Japanese design could kind of go either way, but I think the biggest emphasis was trying to make the designs as simple as possible, which is generally a good practice in engineering. And I did see that in the US. But I think that we also had a tendency to want to push the boundaries a little more than maybe Japan, versus Japan would try to make like I said, the simplest design, which should in theory be the least likely to fail or have complications in the future. I think my favorite multicultural experience is in the language. You know, culture can be in so many different aspects, besides just sightseeing or traveling or festivals or food even, but I think language was my favorite one. I came from kind of a small town in the US where you really only heard English. It was very far away from the southern border where you would hear a lot more Spanish. So going to France, I was able to pick up a pretty good amount of French, though I had been studying on my own beforehand. And then coming to Japan with no experience in Japanese was a little bit of a challenge. But I was able to pick up, I would say, a sort of traveler's level of Japanese. You know, enough to order food, check into hotels, and have, basic conversations of, well-rehearsed words. Being a North American, I will have studied in 3 countries and 3 continents. And I hope that I can use that to show adaptability and a willingness to learn, as well as a curiosity that could hopefully show a potential employer that I could live and work and integrate in about anywhere in the world. To any future students or prospective students looking into JEMARO, I highly recommend it. It has 100% been the best 2 years of my life. It's a chance to do what I like to call a slow travel. So many people either stay in their home countries and don't go anywhere, but if they do go somewhere, they'll go to a country for 2 weeks maybe, maximum maybe a month if they're feeling very adventurous. And the chance to really live in a country, even in a student orientation, gives you so much more indirect cultural appreciation for each country, and you can really see and feel the details in ways that you just can't if you visit a country temporarily.